So we're gonna go over candlesticks though. We're gonna go ahead and get it in. Let me in this type of empowerment, in terms of just learning these things, whether you use it or whether but just not gonna hold you long at all. Okay, locked in. Baynard locked in. Let's do it. We locked in. We're gonna go over candlesticks. Now, candlesticks, interpret the data, which you see on the chart. A lot of times we could go to a chart and say, whoa, what is this? Oh, all in all, this is a representation. Each it's a story. Candlesticks are stories. It tells a story of price at these all through the markets, any market. I don't care if it's stocks. I don't care if it's crypto. I don't care if it's futures. I don't care if it's anything. Anything with a chart, candles with a chart with candlesticks, you're reading it in this such. So right on this axis, uh, we have the price, and candlesticks just represent the action of price in time, right? Because if we see right here, it says 15 minutes. This is trading view as well. I suggest every and things of that nature and look at and just learn more and get more acclimated, because your eyes need to see this. Your eyes need to start seeing this so you can learn like the noise doesn't matter, right? Like hearing the noise and seeing the noise, you're able to understand the noise. All right. So when it comes to candlesticks and timing, literally each chart is going to represent, each candlestick on a time frame is going to represent that time. So right now it says over here it's counting down 41, 40, 39, and you see how the candle is moving during this time, right? This candle is on a 1 minute time frame. So now we're able to see the price move in 1 minute. So let's go to something like gold. Oh, I ain't even. Let's go to something like gold, right? Where now we're able to look and see. Let's zoom in all the way. This red candle is moving up and down. It's just moving right now, right? A candle is just moving. This is showing the price's action in this minute. If I go to the 5 minute, so now, right, that candle just closed. So now the next minute starts, and then the candle starts again. 50, 47, 46, and that's on the minute, right? If we go to the 5 minute, now we're watching it every 5 minutes. So 9, 12, 9, 15 will be the end of the next 5 minute candle, and so forth and so on. You go 15 minute, right? You go 30 minute, right? And each time frame tells a story, right? But they all are in time frames. Is the stronger the candle, right? Because we just watched a one candle go, like, the day started off. Look, today, this is Monday the 5th. It started off going down, right? It started off going down on the 15 minute, and this was today. Look at the date, Monday, January 26th. It started off going down, and then it's been going up for the rest of the day. So if we go to the daily time frame, yeah, this morning it might have been going down, but ultimately right here, that day ended green, which is bullish. The market only moves three ways. The market moves three ways. Let's get the arrow. It's up, which is bullish. We're gonna say bullish. Bullish. Think about a bull. A bull puts their head down and try to hit you. So that's bullish, right? The market moves down, which is bearish. If you think about it, and then lastly, you have sideways, which is consolidation. And the markets tell you a lot about life. Life is, really, they say it's only moving two ways, forward or backwards, but it's really moving three ways. You either just moving forward, or you just moving and running in circles, or you moving backwards, right? And I like how trading always relate to life, because it's like, yeah, just like today, it started off bad, but the day ended good. So just because your day is going bad, or it started off bad, or you had some bad moments in the day, try to always think about the higher time frame. Yeah, I might not had a good day. Yeah, I might not had a good week, but god damn it, I had a good year. Right? I had a good year. Okay? So when it comes to candlesticks, we're gonna really break down how to really interpret it. We're gonna break down the open, the close. So let's talk about the body, the wick. So let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about a wick. This is a wick. The sticks on the candlesticks, do y'all see that? The sticks, the sticks, the sticks, the sticks. Those are called wicks, right? Those are called wicks. They represent rejection, or they represent, you can say, indecision. This represents indecision. A wick represents indecision, right? So at the top of the wick, the very top of the wick, this candle is telling you, hey, during this time, wicks want to be in the wicks, look, right? But at the top, right here, this is the reason why a wick goes that high, right? We have wicks right there. It's saying during this day, this is the highest. This point there at the top of the wick is the highest price went that day. Right? It's the highest price went that day. When right here, when you go down to the lowest, the lowest part of the candle, that wick, that is the lowest price have went that day. All right, that's the lowest is went that day. So you have the wicks. That is a wick, right? And it's showing, and that data is important. The top of the wick, the top and bottom of the candle is important, because it's telling you a story. It's telling you what was the action of price during this time, during this day, right? Okay. So when you're looking at, charts and candlesticks, understanding, like I said, the higher time frame is the most powerful. As you can see, at the end of the day, for gold is doing nothing but going up. And this is a weekly, this is weekly, right? So it's very strong. So let's get back to the candles. Let's go back down to the daily, and let's keep looking at the candles. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. The only way you're gonna know is if you ask. No question is a dumb question. Only question that's not a dumb question is the one that's not asked. This is completely free, so take advantage. Take advantage. Oh, my ear was just itching. Good grief. But right, we have the wicks. So the wicks are just basically showing like, hey, this is where it went, but price don't know if it likes to be there yet. Like, it doesn't know that. All right. And that's where the indecision comes from. And each candle, I'm going to recommend a book at the end called the Candlestick Bible that really teaches you, right, teaches you candlestick patterns. Okay. So now when we talk about a candle, right, the shaded in part, the rectangle part, right? We talked about the wicks and the sticks, but now let's talk about the bodies of the candle. This is the body of a candle. This body of a candle often tells you the strength of a candle, right? It often tells you how, like, a candle like this often tells you a lot, right? Because there is so much money in this, that's like in this candle. There's so much power, there's so much strength in this body. The bigger the body, usually the stronger the candle, right? The bigger the body, the stronger the candle. So we have the bodies and then we have the wicks, right? We have the wicks and then we have the bodies. All right. So each candle, like I said, goes up, goes down, goes, or like each candle only goes up and down. Now the trend can go left or right. So right here, let's talk about what I'm interpreting in this 15 minutes from this one candle, from the last candle that we see right here. Let me explain based off what we talked about what I see. And I'm going to add on another layer. So during this 15 minutes, price has been going down, right? Price opened here. It opened up here. The highest it went was this little wick. You can't even really see it. This little tiny wick. This is the highest it went. The top of the body right now is showing me the highest it went because I can't, that little wick, you really can't see it. It's a stick in there, but I don't know if you can see it or not. But it's a little stick in there. But all in all, 44.59 or 44.50 is the highest it has went in this 15 minutes. The lowest it has went in this 15 minutes is 44.56. Why? Because that is the bottom of the wick. That is the bottom of the candle. That is the lowest it has went. But price necessarily isn't sure about the 44.56. So right now, this is where price is currently, at the bottom of the body. Why is price currently represented by the bottom of the body? Okay, so now in this 15 minutes, it has started to flip bullish, right? It has started to go green. It's going down, but it's having indecision. The wick, again, indicates indecision. So now we're having indecision. There are 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in this 15-minute candle. Does this make sense? If anybody on here with me, does this make sense? There are 7 minutes and 30 seconds left, right, on this. Told you we're going to get out of here a little fast, too. We almost done. Heard. Bet. Say less. Bet. We got it. We got that concept. So now, you're going to hear a lot of people, you're going to hear traders say, look, let's say if we get a close above a certain price, a close. So let's just say in a bullish candle, right? In a bullish candle, because it's going up, the top of the body is where price closed at. The top of the body is where price closed at. On a bearish candle, the bottom of the body is where it closed at. Okay? So for a bullish candle, a candle that's going up, the top of the body is going to be the close, and for a bearish candle, the bottom of the body is going to be a close. Okay? So now, when it comes to reading candlesticks, when we have a point, when we have had a high in the market or any type of point in the market, and then we get a close above. What do I mean about close above? So if we wanted price to close above, we would need a bullish candle for the body to close above a certain point. that is usually an indication of an indication to us retail traders, that hey, there is buying pressure, and it's showing that it wants to push higher. That there's a possibility, the probability, which probabilities. We don't know what the market's going to do, so we use the data from a high probable decision. That's all we doing, right? We're using the data. We're creating points, and we're reading the candles, right? So the close above, if it was to, I hope this candle closes above, because then we're able to show you, hey, like, that is showing bullish pressure. That means people are buying, right? Right now, what we have is a rejection of this point. Right now, it's showing a rejection. This candle showed indecision. It closed below. This is a resistance. It closed below our resistance. It wicked it. So it showed, hey, I don't know if I want to go that high yet. I'm not sure if I want to go above. Right now, it's rejecting. And in this candle, so if you will hear some traders, you'll hear us say, hey, I'm waiting on a close above a price, or I'm waiting on a close below a price. When we say that, that is what we mean. We're looking for, in this instance, if I said, hey, because the price is 44.60. If I said, hey, I'm waiting on a close above the stop loss, a close above 44.60, and I'm looking to buy it, I'm going to put the stop loss below the candle, or below the low, the last, and let's just say we could be on, like below the candle. Let's just say that for example purposes. Below the candle would be here, because what? This is a whole candle. Now, of course, we would need to specify a time frame, or we might send a screenshot and the time frame, and we might say the stop loss. But learning that a lot of times, like, hey, if we say, hey, we're gonna wait for a close below and then put the stop loss right below the last low, this is the terminology we're using when we speak of highs and lows and candle closures and things of that nature, right? Because you want the market to give you data to help you make decisions. You don't want to predict. So if I say, oh, I think it's going to go up, but it didn't show me that it would close above, or it didn't give me the indications. A lot of traders don't use anything but price actions. Honestly, the candles will tell you everything you need to know. The candles tell you everything you need to know, right? And then you're able to add on different patterns and different things you see, and say, okay, because candles repeat themselves. The same candles have different meanings, right? Different candles have different meanings. A big candle, like I said, means it's usually called an engulfing candle, right? A candle like this, it engulfed that candle and sent it up. And that's what I mean about different things. And I'll recommend that book. At the end, I'll show you the book, the Candlestick Bible. But this is what I wanted everybody to see. If we have any questions too, go ahead and type it in the chat. But this is what I wanted everybody to see. So look, somebody will be saying, hey, we're going to wait till 9:30. I might be on live and say, hey, I'm going to wait. You might see me on live and say, what time is it? And that's just me trying to make sure that, okay, let this candle close before I make a decision. So right here, if we get a close above 44.60, the close above is the body closing above, right? The wicks are just arms. They're just arms. And they're just touching price, maybe turning around, and, price is essentially running suicide. Basketball court, and it has a free throw line, half court line, another free throw line out of bounds. price is essentially just going like free throw line, back. Half court, back. Free throw line, back. It's essentially going like that, right? And each time the candlesticks, if it's going to be bullish, is usually going to close above here and go. Close above, show it wants to go above. This is how it kind of does. And then it might go up, and then it might kind of like just consolidate, literally. That's kind of how it goes. All right, it never goes just straight up, but we're gonna wait for this 9 seconds and let's see how this candle, what this candle do. And I need y'all to tell me, if you in here, tell me what happened right here. Did we get a close above, yes or no? Did we get a close above, right? Did we get a close above or not? Did we close above 44.60? If I get this answer, I'm gonna recommend if the answer's right, we're gonna recommend bet. That simple. So now, you know, this is beginner friendly on that. Right? This is very beginner friendly. I'm gonna recommend Candlestick Bible. I'm gonna send this in the chat. Stick Bible, free PDF. If you really want to tap in and you really want to be able to read money, that's what I say is money at the end of the day. You looking at money. These charts are money. All right. So like we talked about, it's going to tell you the upper shadow. That's what they call wicks, but they, the body, right? For an upper shadow, that's just going to be. Let's test you though. Let's test right here. Let's take some tests. So right here, which candle is this candle? If we have a high here and a close at the top and it opens at the bottom, which candle opens at the bottom? Which candle is this? A bearish candle or a bullish candle? Nah, facts. It's a language. It's a real language. It's that money talk. It's that Guapanese. If you know anything about that Guapanese for real, yeah, that's that Guapanese. This that Guapanese, man. This that real Guapanese. We was talking some crazy Guapanese back in the day. But what candle is this? Bullish on the left. Exactly. Bullish on the left, bearish on the right. How do we know that? Because if it closes at the bottom, it's bearish because it ended low, right? If it closes at the top, it's bullish. Okay? So candlesticks have different body sizes. Long bodies referring to strong buying or selling pressure. Strong buying or selling pressure. Opposite with the bearish candlesticks, right? And this is showing you the sticks. These are Japanese candlesticks with short shadows, indicate that most of the trading action was confined near the open and close. So that means where it opened and closed at, this is how you get what we call these candlesticks certain things. But it starts to explain each candle and what those candles mean, right? And even if you can always refer back to the book. Look, what I talked about, the bearish engulfing, the engulfing candle. We had a smaller candle with a smaller body than a big candle. This book is crucial. I'm going to send it. This book is crucial to really interpreting data. Really interpreting the data that you read it. I don't care what chart you own. I don't care if it's stocks. I don't care if it's futures. I don't care if it's crypto. I don't care if it's Forex. These candlesticks on any chart is the same. I tell people I trade the same on every chart. Forex, futures, stock, time frame you own. It's just understanding the data, understanding the candlesticks. All right? Understanding the candlesticks. Boom. So, look, bearish engulfing. Now let's put this side by side and what I said earlier. Let's go here. We closed above, now we coming down. Now we interpreting. But also remember, going down early in a higher time frame, it could still be a bullish overall, right? It could still be a bullish overall. But right here, look, we had like a downtrend. Let me, man, I gotta go to the right one. And we're almost done here. I just want to give you real examples of why this book, and you want to always just reference it. There's nothing wrong with having this book up and referencing it as you're looking at, the charts, to be able to start to see more and understand more. So right here, this looks exactly kind of like that. And you see what we came down, we gave a bullish engulfing. We rejected a trend line, and you get into that more, and boom, we went up. So this book right here, the Doji tell you when the open price is same as the closing price, this means that the market didn't decide which direction it will take, right? So when you get candles like this, the Doji, it ain't even let me put the Dojis, these are all Dojis right here. These three, they are all Dojis. It's just basically like price ain't go nowhere. Price ain't nowhere to go. Fair value gap as well, for sure. I see it. I ain't even see it. I ain't even peep at first. Didn't even peep at first. And that's more adding on you to understand the close, the open, the what you're looking at, and what it. And we can go deeper, and we can go deeper on the different patterns, on fair value gaps when a candle gaps, when it gaps like this, right? And things of that nature. We're gonna go deeper into it. I just wanted that concept to be really understood. Just candlesticks. Is there any questions before we leave? Where is the fair U gap? And we wanted to retest it, right? So in this instance, we ain't spoke in a long time. Fair value gap. If a fair value gap is when so you see right here, like usually is one right here too. So if you if you knew fair value gap, that's the next class. We gotta stay tapped in. We gotta keep going. But it's basically, when we'll get into it, it's basically when a candle price closes, it's just supposed to open where it closed, and sometimes it doesn't do that. That's the easy explanation. That's where the gaps create and all that. But that is next. That's if we keep going. If you knew, don't worry about it yet. You don't want to override yourself. You want to kind of like take what you need to know. He said, I've done a little bit of research. Okay, for sure. You on at 9 p.m., you might be on it, but it's essentially like I said, when it doesn't open and close in the same, like right here, the close and then the open is like a gap in the middle. Same a little bit there. It's just like a gap. It doesn't, right here, you see how it doesn't, right here, it's right, the close price is the open price. Right here, it's not necessarily like that. Tight. Right? That's essentially, without getting into it too much all the way, because yeah, that's kind of what it is. And it's showing on these different time frames for sure. But all in all, But all in all, man, that is Candlesticks. I suggest this right here. You know the Japanese know what they be talking about. You know the Japanese know what they be talking about. Look, the gravestone doji. I might need to get back and read it again. Just so percent of their population is over 100 years old, so they be knowing something. All right, so this is the first book. I'm going to recommend a lot of trading books. I might start doing trading book of the month. I got a lot of trading books I done read, and this is definitely he was a ni hao. No, so this is Evening Star. Bullet, even these are some of my favorite patterns. I'm gonna read this again, but this is gonna be the first book we're gonna focus on in January. Is the Candlestick Trading Bible, man. Learning and looking at these and being able to identify, you know. For tonight, we're gonna end with this. Go into the Trading Stick Bible. Make sure you download it. Go to the website, click the box with the arrow in it, and like open it in the books. You can save it in your books on your iPhone, and then from there, I want you to go in there and find if you want to look at a hammer, a pin bar, go to the charts and find pin bars. Find what you see. Find hammers. If you find a hammer, a pin bar, go to the chart. Look for hammers. Look for as much hammers as you can. Look for as much of whatever as you can. Whatever you each one by one, right? Go one by one or two or three in a day. Do not do a lot because you want your eyes to really, really be able to start to see it, and kind of look and see based off what they said in here is what price did. All right, and what price did. If you do that, your eyes will start to recognize these more, and you'll be able to start interpreting. Well, hey, I see a gravestone doji. It's rejecting. It adds another level of confluence. It adds another level of, they say 1+1 = 2. But hey, if you got 1+1+1+1, if you got a lot of things going with your bias, if you think something's gonna go up, and then you get a bullish engulfing, it just adds to the confluence. So with that being said, it is 9:42. We're gonna end tonight. Any more questions? Any more questions? If we don't have any more questions, shouts out to y'all for tapping in. I'm gonna be showing futures too, not only just Forex for show. Appreciate you for showing up. Appreciate you for being in the chat. Shouts out to y'all. Another good session. Hey, man. Sharp too. Honestly, it helps me stay sharp. So see y'all tomorrow. I do trade in the morning live. Tomorrow I won't be live. I have an appointment in the morning trading, but I might move my trading to later on that night with the education. Maybe the end of it, depending on what I see, what's going on. But all in all, stay educated, stay hungry for information, man, and we gonna all get this bread together.